Hello everybody, my name is Kyle Kelk and welcome to my week 4 marketing video for the Baker's Dozen for our class MUX1403. This week just going to go over and try and market my app a little bit to everybody. What kind of application I've developed? It's a pretty simple application really. It's a application where you can save and store all of your recipes, whether it be for baking or cooking, what have you. It's completely up to the user. I named it the Baker's Dozen. It seemed to be a catchier name, so I went with that and stuck with it. It could be more so for the baking side of things, but again, you can add all sorts of recipes in there. It doesn't really matter what you want. It's been built to allow pretty much anyone that bakes or cooks easy access to any recipe they use, any recipe they'd like to use in the future, and essentially that's going to be their go-to here. It's going to be developed, I have it right now, just iPhone, pretty simple, straightforward kind of thing, but I would want to make it for the iPad as well. That way the user can always have a bigger screen instead of the phone. For the phone, I'm thinking, me personally, if I'd be developing this further, this would be for your on-the-go, let the people on the go share their recipes with their friends or what have you. Instead of lugging around an iPad, chances are you're going to have your phone on you, so this gives them a really easy way to quickly share their recipes and what have you with your friends, family, whoever happens to be around and would like to know what recipe you used. There's many times at work, I work in a surrounding with many different people. They bring in baking all the time, and I always hear people asking, what's the recipe for this? What's the recipe for that? This would allow that person to say, hey, look at this. Here's the recipe. I have it on my phone. It's saved here. Just take a look. Write down all the information you need. Actually, eventually, I'd like to make it a share feature, so you could just click a button, boom, shared it. Everything would be good to go for the other user. They wouldn't even have to write nothing down. It'd be shared, and everything would be done with a click of a button. As you can see, I've added some branding. This is still carried over from last week. Have the little bits of add the recipe down here with the little icon instead of a default one. Same with recipe display. If we click here, I've improved the appearance on this screen. I added the edit button on the top right of the screen now. The delete is now no longer there. It's now the trash can. You click it, and everything works the exact same way. That just lets the user, it adds a little bit of flair. It's less things you have to read, and a trash can, most people know right away, boom, that means delete, you're gone, you're good to go. And essentially it just frees up some of the space on the screen so it doesn't seem as cluttered. And again, the add recipe, as you can see, I still have the darker background there to allow the user to know that's where you press that, and you're able to go in there, start editing it, doing whatever you need to do. Again, if you go here, now I've also added in, you can see, close keyboard. That I forgot to add in last week, added in this week, so now the user isn't stuck here without a way to close their keyboard, which is always an important thing. And the task that this is going to help a person do is essentially, like I said, you have a recipe you love, you save it onto your phone, your iPad, wherever you want, name it, and then it's always at your fingertips. You don't have to go flipping through a book. You don't have to, scrounge around the house trying to find where you put the recipe. It's always in your phone, safe. It's stored. The only time it's going to disappear is if you do something to the phone or get a new phone. Then I would have to make it so you could easily back everything up, and then it would be bang right onto the new phone or iPad or whatever device you happen to be using in the future. Basically speaking, moving forward, I would like to add a few more things in here. I'd like to be able to allow the user to save a recipe right off the internet, so they go to their favorite cooking website or baking website, whatever, what have you, and be able to just quickly click a save button, boom, puts it into the application, everything's good to go, and it's saved in there for you, nice and easy. Now, this again is a prototype, so moving forward, there's a ton of things I would tweak to improve the overall user experience. Like I mentioned before, I think a review system of some sort would be great to have in here. but as a functioning application and moving forward, right now I think I have actually the building blocks of what could be a very strong app, especially considering when I looked at the App Store, there really isn't that much out there right now for baking or cooking applications, especially when it comes to storing recipes. So it's a niche market, but at the same time, it's one that actually could produce some very good results if the application is up to par and can really do what the user exactly wants it to do. So thank you everyone for watching this video. It was a great month. Hope everyone else really enjoyed this month and look forward to working with everyone in the future. Thank you very much and have a great week.